Hey, welcome to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I'm your host, Isaiah, and today we're going to reassemble all of the timing components and go for our first test drive. Okay, and we are back after a vigorous cleaning. So, everything looks fairly good. Not trying to make it look brand new, but it does look a lot better than it did. So that's that part. Let's take it to the bottom. That is a vast improvement. Now we have something to work with. So I'm gonna lay down something on the floor because it is still wet, but we're going to reassemble. So everything's looking good. All right, so before we reassemble, we are going to change these seals, starting with the top one because it's the easiest to get to. And we are going to use a pick. So let me show you what that even looks like. We're going to use some picks like these just to dig out the seals, top and bottom. Alrighty, so we will be back. Okay, so out of all of the tools, I would say the mini flathead worked the best, and it is out. You can see that. Alright, so we're going to grab our new one. It's the thickest of the two, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lubricate the inside and the outside of this to make sure that it slides in with no resistance. So grab you a bottle of oil and lube it up. Oh, and before I forget, this faces out. Do not install it like this. Okay. Okay, and as you can see, the seal is in there nice and lubricated. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna scooch it in just a little bit more, and that'll be done. Put the cam gear back on. Then after that, we're gonna do the same to the bottom as soon as I move that out of the way, and we should be done. And this one is removed, as you can see there, and the new one is brown. These are original black. So we're going to lube that one up and slide it in, and we'll be good to go. Best method so far is flathead with a little hammer for persuasion on the back edge. Let me see if you can, there you go. See on the back edge, and then you just pull it out from the back. Boop. So anyway, so that's the best method so far. Okay, so as you can see, the new brown one is in. Let me see if we can, there we go. So the new brown one is in. We're gonna take a flathead and make sure it is seated all the way back. And then we're gonna start to assemble all of the timing accessories. So here we go. Okay, so once you get the crank back on, you pop your timing belt on and put it in a proper timing position. It's a little sideways. Only way I could fit it in here, but it is right on the mark. And up top, it is right on the mark. So there's the split in the cam, and it goes all the way back to the arrow, which is right there. So that's perfect. And we didn't tighten the tensioner, but we did put the spring back on. So the spring is on there, and we are going to put a little bit of additional tension on the belt. Nothing too crazy, but you definitely want to make sure it has decent tension. So that's still a little floppy. We're just going to add just the slightest bit more, and that should be good to go. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to knock that out. So next we slide in the crank sensor and make sure that's on and tight. And now we're going to put the cover on. All right, and then we get the cover back on, nice and tight. 3 bolts to the right and 3 bolts to the left, and 1 in the center for the crank sensor. And yep, so the cover's on. Next, we're going to put on the cover for the belt. So let me grab that. All right, so we're gonna pop this bad boy back on. Okay. And we're gonna put on the timing belt cover up top, which is this guy here. So this goes down. Of course, move your throttle cable out of the way. So this goes down right into that position right there. And I take the crank sensor, we're gonna plug that back in. There we go. And we have 4 screws here. 1 here. Well, anyway. So 4 screws, 2 right there, 2 right there. And that cover will be covered. Okay, timing chain cover on. And next, we're gonna have to do, let me see if I can get a shot of it. This arm here, gonna have to put this back on. So, I'm gonna get that in position. Grab your 14 and slide. See if I can do this with 1 hand. Okay, and slide on your crankshaft. And I believe that's it for the main assembly. We'll slide on the accessory belts as soon as I give it a start and make sure it is in time. So let's go do that. See. So that was a success. All right, cover's on, crank sensor's back plugged in, everything's on and tight. The start was a success. So all I have left to do is put on the wheel. I already put the cover back and everything. Topped off the oil a little bit. She was a little low. And yeah, put on the wheel. We're gonna take her outside and go for a test drive. Oh my. That is a huge cause for concern. definitely. Yep, that's not even a full inch off the floor. Okay, duly noted. But she's riding under her own power. That's a good start. It's looking pretty good, running pretty good. I still need to do something about that bumper lift, but it's coming together. So let's go for that drive. So, besides needing gas, which we're going to the gas station now to get some, car's pretty decent. And I'm hearing the transmission like I got straight cut gears. Don't know what that's about, but not bothering me. As long as the transmission doesn't quit, I'm good. Tight suspension. I can tell you now it's going to be easy to scrape that bar at the bottom. So, not like it's an accessory piece. That is bolted to the frame. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear that throughout the whole car, if and when it hits. Good amount of torque. Digging it, and then yeah, not that bad. So now we're gonna see how she pulls. All right, let me see if I can get over this bump. Yeah, no issue there. See how she pulls. Not bad. Not bad. Solid motor mounts. Engine is showing signs of no flex. So that's pretty good. And the gears are so smooth. Yeah. I like the way it came out. Next thing I have to do is get an alignment and a couple of other things. And yeah, she'll be good, right as rain. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Our next one is going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be a decently long one, but this is going to be an episode of StarQuest Help, so it's going to be good. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon to get updated notifications, and I'll see you next episode.